In this video, we're going to look at using Pythagoras to find the length of what we call our hypotenuse, or our longest side in a right angled triangle. And so with our first example here, we've got our longest side here. Y is the letter, our unknown letter here. And we've got 11 meters on this side and 9 meters on the other. And so in terms of our formula that shows the relationship or the connection between the sides, h squared equals a squared plus b squared. And so remember, h is the hypotenuse, or our longest side. And so in this case, h is this length. This is our hypotenuse. And a and b are our other two sides. It doesn't matter which way around they go in this case. So if 11 is a, perhaps we could use 9 as b, or we could do it the other way around if we wanted. Now, so if we plug these things into Pythagoras theorem equation, instead of h, we're going to rewrite with y. So y squared equals a squared. And so instead of a, we're going to have 11. So that'll be 11 squared. And instead of b, we're going to have 9. So 9 squared. So y squared equals 11 squared plus 9 squared. Now, what we want to do is we want to work out what the length of y is. And at the moment, we've got what y squared is equal to. And so we need to essentially undo the squared so that we have the value for what y should be. Now, how we can do that, mathematically, what we're doing is we're going to be square rooting, doing the opposite of squaring, and we do that to both sides. In effect, what happens is if we square root on the right here, that has the effect of removing the squared there. Mathematically, we've square rooted both sides, and it may be a bit complicated to understand that, so don't worry if you're struggling with that there. But the main thing is to know if y squared equals this stuff, we get to our next step, getting rid of the squared by square rooting over here. And if we type all this in our calculator, we will end up with 11.4 meters. For our second example here, we've got our unknown length is k. We don't know what that length is, but this is also our hypotenuse, our longest side. So that's h. And if I use a is 5 and b is going to be 6 here. And so substituting into the formula, k squared equals 5 squared plus 6 squared. And so to find out what k is, we're undoing the squared. So we're going to have 5 squared plus 6 squared under the square root sign. And if we do that, we should get 7.8 centimeters. So 7.8 is the length of our hypotenuse, our longest side for this triangle.